Welcome to the channel Maths by Swati ma'am. We are with the chapter Arithmetic Progression. So in Arithmetic Progression, we are now dealing with sum of n numbers, and where in case in the third exercise, first 5 questions are already I have dealt. Okay, if you have not watched them, links are provided in the description box, watch them. And now we'll move to the sixth question. Okay, the sixth question is, in an AP, given A is equal to 2, D is equal to 8, Sn is equal to 90, find N and An. Dear, whenever there in the question, if you have to calculate A value, D value, Sn value, An value, okay, fine enough. But the case is very important when you are going to solve the question based, you calculate N value. Understanding? It is little tricky dear. To calculate n, question would not be simpler one. Understanding? Now look at the board, how I am going to solve it. See, provided A is equal to 2, D is equal to 8. However, Sn is provided intends to say that I have to use the Sn formula, no other way, and I don't even have An value. Understanding? So in case of solving, I have two theorems, two formulas to calculate Sn, where in case the one Sn is equal to n by 2, 2a plus n minus 1 into 2, and another one we have Sn is equal to n by 2 into bracket a plus l, where I don't find any last number is been provided here. So I have to go with the first formula. Understanding? So what is there in the first formula dear? The first formula say that Sn is equal to n by 2 bracket 2a plus n minus 1 into d. This is the formula I should carry out to calculate n value. Understanding? Now dear, Sn is already provided. What is the Sn value? 90. N I should calculate dears. Understanding? Into bracket 2 into A value. Quickly tell me, what is the A value? A is nothing but 2 plus n minus 1 into D value is 8. I have just substituted the given information in the formula. That's it. I have not done anything over here. Now what I do here dears, I will send 2 to this side. Okay. Division turns to be multiplication. That is what I'll do to simplify the question. So what happens here? 90 into 2 is equal to n into, you just see, 2 2s are 4 plus. How can I open this bracket dear? This 8 which is inside the bracket is multiplied to both n as well as minus 1. Understanding? So that I'll split out. 8 into n, 8n minus 8 into 1, 8. So this is how I split out the values they were there in the bracket. Understanding? And after that dear, 92s are 180, n into bracket. First simplify my dears. 8n I'll keep as it is. 4 minus 8. What is going to give us 4 minus 8 is nothing but negative of 4. Understanding? This is how I got. I'll further simplify. So once I get 180 is equal to 8n into n. Okay, 8n into n would give me 8n square. 4 into n would give me 4n. Now what is running in your mind? Anything? So it's nothing but I have end up with a quadratic equation. Understanding? See, arithmetic progression inbuilt we have a quadratic equation. So that is what I say. 10th standard is not like I'll leave some chapters, I'll do some chapters. No dear, everything must be done. It's because what is happening here is arithmetic progression I am solving, but here I have come out with a what it is, quadratic equation. So whenever we are dealing with the SSLC board dear, you people have to be very thorough with all the portion that is there in the syllabus. It's because every chapter is interlinked with another chapter. Understanding? Fine enough. Now look at the board. See, I have here a quadratic equation where 180 also I'll bring the other side so that I'll get a perfect quadratic formation. So 8n square minus 4n minus 180 is equal to 0. Now this is my quadratic equation. What I do, I'll simplify this quadratic equation, where in case I divide all the terms of the quadratic equation by 4. Understanding? So 8 by 4 would give me 2n square minus n. See, 4 4s are 16. Okay, 2 left, 4 5s are 20. So this is my quadratic equation. Now to simplify quadratic equation dear, what I have two methods to simplify the quadratic equation. The first method is that I can use a splitting the middle term method. Understanding? If I am very thorough with splitting the middle term, then easiest one is splitting the middle term. Otherwise, if I don't know how to split the middle term, then what to do? Then I have to use a quadratic formula. Understanding? Two ways I have. Quadratic formula is very easiest one, dear. Your brain need not to think. Just formula is there, keep in the formula, get the value. But now in this case, I'll be using splitting the middle term. Understanding? Now, to split the middle term, dear, I should write down the coefficient of n square, coefficient of n, and coefficient of, constant value. Understanding? So, you people know that whenever I split the middle term, I should split in such a way that, understanding? Whenever I split the middle term, I should split in such a way that the product of these two numbers must be the product of these two, dears. Understanding? The product of these two numbers must be the product of these two numbers. You see, 45 into 2 is how much? 90. Okay, 45 2s are 90. Now it not ends here. The product of these two numbers must be 90, fine. But the difference or the sum, anything you can consider, the difference or the sum of these two numbers must be the B value, middle value. What is the middle value I have? -1. You just see 2 into minus 45 is minus 90. Understood, dear? How to split the middle term? I should split in such a way that these two numbers product must be, okay, these two numbers product must be the product of these two numbers. Understanding? And the sum or the difference between these two numbers must be the middle value of the quadratic equation. This is how you should split. Now the product of these two numbers must be 90 and the difference or the addition must be -1. Now use your common sense and tell me, can you able to find out? If then please do in the comment section and check, verify whether it is true or not. Okay, now I'll tell you. Product must be 90. Leave about the sign. Only think about the numbers. Product must be 90 and the difference must be 1. Just think of it. Can I say 9 10s are 90? Understanding? 9 10s are 90, where the difference between 10 and 9 is how much? 1. I got cleared with the concept, but now I need to worry about the sign. Understanding? Now the product is negative, dear. When will be the product negative? Use your common sense. When any of the number is having the negative sign, because when you have minus into minus, it is plus, plus into plus, it is plus. When the numbers are having the same sign, the product would give you positiveness. Understanding? But when do I have negative sign? When any of them having the negative sign, then the product must be negative. Look at this one. When you have negative difference, dear, of course it is sure that when bigger one is having the negative sign, then the answer must be negative. Means I got a conclusion here. Any one must be negative from this and bigger must be negative from this. So I'll be having -10 plus 9. Understanding? I have already split the number. Okay. Now the inbuilt middle value is splitted in the form of +9 and -10. Understood? Fine. I hope it is clear. Now I'll simplify the quadratic equation. And quadratic equation is 8n square minus 4n minus 180. Okay, now what I do, I'll split the middle term. I have already found out the two values to split it. So the first one will be 9n and the next one will be -10n. Okay, so I should take the simplified one. Okay, I have taken the bigger one. I'll take the simplified one. See, simplified one is how much? 2n square minus n minus 45. 2n square, okay, 9n minus 10n minus 45 is equal to 0. Now, after splitting the middle term, I should make the common terms here. Yes or no? So, what I do, I'll make the first two in one group and the second two in one group. Understanding? First two in one group and the second two in one group. Can I take anything common from the first terms? You just see. Here 2 is there, here 9 is there. Number cannot be taken common because both are not having. They are co-prime numbers. They don't have any common factors. But here n square is there, here n is there. So n can be taken common. Understanding? If I take n common, what is left here? It was 2n square. If I take n common, I left with 2n. Understanding? Here you just see, I have taken n common, left with 9 over here. Understanding? You just see, dear, here. It is 10n minus 45. Understanding? it is 10, it is 45. Anything is in common, and it's very sure that I can take the 5 common because both are having the common factor 5, understanding? But negative I have to take it. Okay, now 5 2s are 10, n is there. Since I have taken negative out, negative turns to be positive. You people know already, 10th standard, understanding? So minus I have taken, so minus turns to be plus. 5 9s are 45, understanding? You just see, here also I have got 2n plus 9, here also I have got 2n plus 9. So overall 2n plus 9 can be taken out. Okay, if 2n plus 9 is taken out, what is left, dear? N minus 5. Understanding? N minus 5. So now I got the two factors of the given quadratic equation. This is not the end of the answer, dear. Just now I have got the quadratic equation's factors. After factors, I need to get the zeros of the quadratic equation, means root of the quadratic equation. Now what I have to do, when I get the quadratic factors, these factors must be equated to 0, understanding? So now 2n plus 9 is equal to 0 in the first case. In the second case, n minus 5 is equal to 0. Understanding? If I send a plus 9 to the side, now here n value turns to be positive 9 will become negative 9, and 2 when I bring this side, multiplication turns to be division. So in the first case I got n value as minus 9 by 2, but in the second case I got n is equal to how much, dear? 5. Understanding? But I have already told you so many times, when I talk about the n value, n must be a positive integer, but it can never be decimal, fraction, negative or something like that. So my n value turns to be n is equal to 5. Understanding? So this is neglected. So n is equal to 5. And the question not ends here. Okay, once I find the n value, the next I should find out an value. Understanding? So easily, how can I calculate the an value? Dear, n itself is 5, means an will become, dear, a5. Understanding? So how can I calculate a5? A5 is equal to a plus 4d, simplified manner. Don't forget to write this one. If I have a11, it can be written as a10d. Understanding? A12, a plus 11d. Understanding? So like that, simplified manner. Now I have here a5 is equal to a plus 4d. A is already available. What is the a value I have? 2. And what is the d value I have? 8. So let me substitute so that I'll get the value. Now dears, here I have the finally a is 2 plus 4 into d is 8. Understanding? 2 plus 8 4s are 32. Okay, a5 I got it as 32 plus 2 is how much, dear? 34. Understanding? I got both the value. See, that is what I told you. If it is a value, if it is d value, if it is sn, if it is an, very fine, it can easily be found out. But if it is n value, then n value is to be calculated in a very specialized manner. That is what I am telling you. Need to have a complete knowledge on whole SSLC chapters, dear. So why I am telling this? In arithmetic progression, I am using a chapter called as quadratic equation. Understanding? And again, you have so many questions in the future. In circles, the time comes to use trigonometry. Understanding? So the chapters are having in between links, dear. So don't have a mindset that some chapters will leave and some will become perfect. No, it's not working, dear. Understanding? So make sure that you understand this question and practice it 2 to 3 times. And once again, take these kinds of sums and do practice them. If you get any doubts, you just write in the comment section. I'll take those and I'll tell you. Understanding, dear? And keep watching. Subscribe the channel first. Understanding? And forward it to your friends, your family members, if anybody is studying in the 10th standard, state or CBSE. Okay, keep watching. Thank you. Smile.